Hey men, Todd with Empowered Men Coaching. How are you doing today? I help men feel empowered to take action to live the lives they want to be living. Wanted to share with you an article I read today in the Harvard Business Review, and it was about anticipatory grief. And it spoke to me, it struck home. I believe I am experiencing some anticipatory grief in this time of coronavirus. And what I'd like to share with you is what it is and ways we can work through it. So, anticipatory grief, as it was defined in this article, is the feeling that we get when we're uncertain about what the future holds. We don't know what it's going to be. We suspect it's going to be different. We suspect we will be potentially changed. It's about the unknown. And there is a grief that we experience in that mental state. An example would be if you or someone you love was diagnosed with cancer. There would be an anticipatory grief about what the future would hold. There would also be an anticipatory grief if, like your parents, you think about your parents dying or something different in your life like that. So that's normal anticipatory grief. And what we're experiencing right now with coronavirus is an anticipatory grief that is actually heightened by our imaginations of what that future will look like. And oftentimes in our imaginations, we go to worst case scenarios. And so when you and I live in the worst case scenario of what our future looks like, it creates a lot of anxiety and it creates a lot of fear. And ultimately what happens is our sense of safety is threatened. And that's what you're feeling. That's what I think I'm feeling. My imagination, so I live in Medellin, Colombia. And we've been in lockdown here for a week now, maybe 7 days. And the country's shut down. There's no planes leaving. There's no planes coming in. There's no moving between cities. And, you know, my family's in America. My family's in the United States, and I'm concerned. And so in my anticipatory grief, you know, I can go to imaginations of, well, if someone gets sick and, you know, I'm not able to be there and, you know, that all plays out. I can't do that. So that's individually. The other thing that's happening here, which is quite unique, is collectively, not only as a nation, but as a world, we are experiencing anticipatory grief together. And like any type of energy, when you feed it, it just gets bigger. And I think it's easy to fall into that energy of this time, which leads to anxiety and fear of the future. So what's important is to figure out ways we can manage the anticipatory grief. Anticipatory grief is not good or bad. I mean, it is what it is. It shows up, right? But we don't have to live in that space. And these are some ways that we can move through it and not live in it. And the first one is to get present. Anticipatory grief, just by the name of it, anticipatory, you're anticipating something that will happen. It's not happening in the present. The present is present. What you have here is what you have, right? And most often, the present is much better than what our future imaginations are, our negative imaginations, our imaginations of anticipatory grief scenarios, right? The present is better. So get present. One of the easiest ways you can get present, if you find your mind on that train of worst case scenarios, is stop, just look at your hands. Take a breath, look at your hands, flex your fingers, make a fist. Yeah, you can feel present. My mind goes to my hands. My body feels my fingers touching my palms. I am not thinking about the future. I am brought present. The other way you can do it is you just look around. All right, I see a mouse. I see my cell phone. I see a pen. And you just really get present with where you are at in this moment, physically, right? So when you're present, then what you can do is you can say, all right, like, what are the facts? Let's list the facts. Fact number one, coronavirus is present. And fact number two, people I love are present. That is every bit a reality as coronavirus being present. And it's important to recognize this as we're listing the facts, because there's going to be facts that don't make us feel so great. And there are going to be facts that make us feel really good. The love of my family, the ability that I can see and I can enjoy. I can look out windows and see trees and birds and enjoy nature and color, sound. Those are all facts too. They are very much part of my reality. So as we list our facts, then we need to recognize what we can control and what we can't control. I cannot control that coronavirus is present in the world. I can control how I manage myself. I can control washing my hands. I can control not putting myself in places where there are many people around where potentially the virus can be spread. I can control how I affect the safety, love, and happiness of other people and myself. I can completely control that, right? And when I live in the place of what I can control, I enter a sense of balance, a sense of calm. And what I can also do to amplify that sense of calm and that sense of balance is to breathe. Breathing is so important. When I breathe deeply from my diaphragm, I'm activating the parasympathetic nervous system. And that system reduces my heart rate. That system allows my body to become more restful, less anxious, right? I can also be present with my breath as my imaginations might start to move and go into the worst case scenarios. I can bring my focus back to breath. I can relax, be present in this moment. Recognize the reality that I am okay, my family's okay, that at some point in time, this situation which feels uncomfortable, feels scary, feels like a fucking pain in the ass, is going to go away. And during this time, while I'm in this space of this situation changing and moving to a better place, because I can choose to believe it will become better, there will be less cases, more healthy people. I can manage myself through it. So men, it is important that you and I show up as our very best every day in the best way we can, right? So, I mean, personally, the last few days, I've been feeling low. I mean, I'm just getting this sense of like, oh, God, I'm stuck in this apartment and feeling a little antsy. I'd like to get out, and then do I really want to go out? And just, all that kind of stuff. But I can affect people's lives in a positive way. I can call my family and tell them that I love them. I can call my friends and ask what support they may be needing. I can help my neighbors across the hall if they need it. They know I'm available. I mean, there's things that we can do. And it starts by showing up, right? Get up. If you're stuck at home, get up, get showered, get shaved, get dressed. And just embrace the day. Be present in the moment. Be present with your kids. Be present with your spouse, your partner. Be present with the people that you communicate with on video chat or text messaging. I mean, just be real, right? Show up. And that's all we're required to do. Just show up as best we can in the moment. Be real. And go through this together, because we are all in this together. And don't forget that. You're not alone. I'm not alone. Together, we can make it through together. All right, man, thank you. Have a fantastic day. Be grateful for what is good in your life and be present with that. This is Todd with Empowered Men Coaching. I'll talk to you later. Ciao.